Okay, guys. So now we are in Power BI and desktop proper, and we're going to see how to be doing one or two incredible things here. So in the first lesson, and in this lesson particularly, we're going to be dealing with how to bring data from different sources, bringing multiple sources of data, right, into Power BI so that we can now work on that. So the very first one we're going to be dealing with, this particular one will be bringing data from Excel file. I remember that Power BI is kind of like a connector, is the middleman. It allows for you to bring files from different sources, and then you can bring it into one. So you can now perform your analysis and everything you want to do on it. So first, we are going to be bringing data first from an Excel workbook. That's one way to do it. So now let me show you something before we get into that. Now, whenever you want to get to bring in data, like we come here, this is data. This is the get data. We come to get data. We can get common data sources include Excel workbook, Power BI, semantic model, data flows, and all of that from the web and all of that and all of that. So right, for this particular lesson, we're going to be bringing um, 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 file or a data set from Power BI, Excel workbook, I mean to say. So we click on Excel workbook like so, and then straight up, I'm going to be getting this file sample superstore, like that, and then let's see what will happen when it comes up. Okay, now it's connecting, it's connecting, it's connecting, it's connecting. So while we're waiting, so now this is what happened now. The navigator screen just popped for us to see. And now the navigator screen by the left here, we can see the display options. We have the sample superstore, XL, that's an Excel file. And then it has some tables in it. So we can see different tables. And when we select these tables, and we're going to be seeing the preview is evaluating for us to see. Okay, so we can now scroll down, scroll through and see the different columns that make up that table. All right, we can see we have the orders table. Let's click on the return table. The return table also is being previewed for us to see. Right, so we can see the returns table, just have two columns here. And we can also see the users table. Users table also comes out, it also has two columns. So that's how we can bring data from an Excel. Yeah, that's an Excel data source, right? So when we bring in data from an Excel data source, when it comes here, it becomes data set, right? So that's how it works. So as you can see, all right, so that is how it works. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to be selecting all the tables that we want to bring into Power BI desktop. So I select the orders table. Okay, I select the returns table, I select the users table, and that's it. So when I'm done, we now load the table. Let's forget about the transform data at the moment. We just want to load the table. We want to load them and see what happens. In this particular session, I just want to show you an overview of Power BI. I want to show you the different parts of Power BI and all of that. So let's see how to load it in. Boom. And Voila, it start loading, right? So you see, this blue band shows that it's loading the orders and return and the users table. They are loading. And that's how we can get information. That's how we can get data from the Excel workbook into Power BI desktop. Let it be done with loading them. We'll see what will happen next. Okay. All right. All right. Give it some time. Okay. So it's done loading. Voila. Now I'm going to be taking you on tour so that we can get to understand what happened now. Now, look at it. The three tables that were loaded, okay? The three tables that were loaded automatically is returned here. So I can expand it, okay, collapse it, right? So we can see what happens there. So on the data part of the table here, you can see those three tables have been loaded from the Excel worksheet. Now I have to say that on the Excel worksheet, on the Excel workbook, sorry, there were actually three worksheets there. So the three worksheet had these tables, the orders, the returns, and the users now. So when we brought it down to Power BI desktop, we now have them here so that we can now do one or two things. Okay. So meanwhile, let's just have a little tour on Power BI so that you can really get to understand how it works. So as you can see, Power BI, there are some stuff, there are some icons on Power BI, or the ribbons on Power BI kind of like look familiar to what already you know. Okay. what you already been saying about in Microsoft applications, right? So let's just have a little tour of it. So looking at it here, we have the file here, we have the file options here. After the file, we have the title here. All right, so at the moment, this particular file is not titled, that's why it's called untitled. So we have the title, we have the search, you can search for stuff here. This here, we have the FNU is actually my name. The name I used to kind of like register Power BI, right? For me and register Power BI users. Now, when you want to get when you want to get when you want register on Power BI and then you start using the Power BI service, you're going to see your name at that moment. And then you're going to have the ribbons, as you can see the ribbons here. You can see the ribbons. Now we have file, home, insert, modeling, view, optimize, help. All right, so as we keep moving on, we're going to be seeing how these ribbons work. All right, we're going to be seeing how these ribbons work. Okay, so let's keep continuing. You see that we have the views, like on the left-hand side of behind we have the views. So we have the respective views. This one is called the report view. It's called data view. This is what they call the model view. So these are the different views, like we said this in the introductory part of the videos, right? So, and then what we have here, the entire of this, what we call the canvas. This is where you're going to be doing your mixing and your cooking. Everything's going to be done here. That's the canvas. And then we have what we call the page tabs now. Like you can see here, we have page one. You can add another page here, page two, all of that. You can also remove the pages, delete the pages, and or you can duplicate and do whatever you want to do. All right, so that's what we call the page tab. Then we have the status bar. At the moment, status bar is telling us that we have page one of one. So this is only one page at the moment. Let me see what happens when we click it. So we have page two of two and all of that. So now on the right-hand side of this, we have three different panels. This one is collapsed. Let's open it. We have the filter panels, visualization panels, and data panel. All right. So so as you can see, as we keep progressing, we learn on all of this more and more. Like this is the visualization panel where we have different charts, like different chart visualization tool we can use for making reports with the data. And then we have the fields, the data here. The data tab here has to do with the fields, respective fields and columns, right? That make up our tables. Now, like the orders now, you can see these are different fields or columns that make up our orders table. All right, let's expand the returns. We can say the same thing for the return there and all of that. There's something about this which we're still going to learn. Whenever you see stuff like this with this Sigma function, this Sigma kind of icon, it shows that that column actually is a numeric column. It's a numeric column actually. And then when you get down, we're going to be seeing something like this. This is kind of like a calendar that has to do with date. Okay. That's the date. You can see a date here, and then that's the date column. Let's see. We use as a day order. Okay, the different ones that we popping up. We have the hierarchy and all of that. So as we keep progressing, you're going to be seeing the different kind of that will be coming up. All right, so this is the report view we're looking at. Now let's go to the table view. Right, the information that we brought in. Now look at how it works on the table view. Look at everything is now brought out there. So as you can see now on the status bar, we have the table orders that actually we are dealing with the orders table. And then there are 9,426 rows that make up this table. Okay, so we can navigate, scroll through, and then we can see. So it looks like an Excel worksheet. So it's something familiar already. We can move up and we can move down. That is what we call the table view. So this is a table view of Microsoft Power BI. All right, now let's go to the model view. Like on the model view is where we have relationships, right? So these tables really do not have relationship, but we have the orders table, we have the returns, and then we have the users. Now, here we can make the relationship among these different tables, and then that site will be working. All right, so that's the size of this. The next video will be talking about how to bring data from an access database. So at the moment, let's just chill here. I don't want to make this video too long so that we can get it bit by bit and bit and bit. All right, so see you in the next video.